an emotional issue, especially when it's so very clearly politically motivated. And that was very clear from many of the items that were just totally thrown out immediately because they were totally unfounded accusations. So I would revert to I-6 where Lee mentions the statement, the Open Public Meetings Act sets out the actions that can be taken when a meeting is disrupted. It doesn't say that will be taken, it doesn't say what shall be taken, it doesn't say what must be taken, it says what can be. So that leaves that very open. Now I appreciate the work of the folks that volunteered, or citizens that took a lot of time to sit through these hearings. It was not an easy task for them to accomplish. And I think they tried really hard to do what they felt was best. And they did give their personal opinion based upon what we believe is a flawed document. And that's what they came up with. Now, I would say that, and I agree with Mr. Collins at this aspect, whether I would have done it in the same procedure, the same manner to close the meeting, it still caused me to go over and ask, was that legal? I was told yes. So it appears that from one perspective, it wasn't a violation of the Open Meetings Act. It was not one of the ways that they say can be taken, but they don't say what has to be taken. So for those reasons, and the fact that I could have, putting myself in that position, I could have very, very easily done something very similar and closed the meeting because of the disruptive nature and the highly politicized nature of the meeting at that point, and that's coming from the findings of fact from the board, not from me, that it was highly politically charged. There's a lot going on, and if you weren't sitting behind the dais, you just didn't have that exact same perspective. It was not captured on video, to my belief at all, the true happenings. And none of those people from the board were at the meeting either, although they tried looking and investigating. So because I could have very well found myself doing the same thing, and it wasn't illegal, I'm not even in favor of the admonishment.
Mr. Mayor, may I be recognized?
No, no.
I'm the complainant.
I understand.
And I never received a copy of the final findings, which I should have been. And if I understand right, Mr. Flores, who wrote that, not the council, not the committee.
Mary,
This
is an error for the council. It's not.
It is, and I'm an audience member, and I was the witness, and I was the complainant.
I understand. Mr. Mayor. Yes, Mr. Collins.
Let me make an effort to try to reach some way this council can move forward. I think that's where council member Brooks started. We need to move forward. I think that's what the mayor said. We need to move forward. And council member Meredith said this is a learning experience, and we learned how things should be done. And maybe we can all agree, and in our rules that we just recently adopted, the council is allowed to decide if the mayor can do something, right? Or the presiding officer can do something. And maybe what we should all agree to is that we think that an abrupt adjournment of the meeting is not the right step to take in a contentious meeting, and that we need to take other steps first. And that's the message that we could accept all of us to say, yes, we don't want to do it that way. And I think that was kind of where this thing is settled on. Is that abruptly adjoining meetings isn't helpful. And so we want to tell ourselves, including deputy mayor, we don't want to do it that way. We want to try other means before we adjourn the meeting. And the council would agree to move forward in that regard. I think we could probably feel better and move forward. And I think we would have the result that everyone wants, is that we don't want to do it this way. We want to be able to, take a recess remove people from the audience. It's not easy to remove people from the audience. When I was, and this is a little bit aside, but when I was traveling and I was calling in, we had a very disruptive person that was speaking. And it was very difficult to deal with that person. And removal from the meeting was the right thing to do. I don't know, I think we took a recess, I don't remember, but somehow the person finally settled down and I didn't hear any more from that. But I think we can all agree that abruptly adjourning the meeting probably is not the first step to take. And if we could vote on that and then move forward, I think the deputy mayor would get that message, I think the community would get the message, and if he could begin to, say, that's not how we're gonna do it. So, my motion is that we agree that abruptly adjourning meetings in a controversial situation isn't an appropriate first step. That's my motion.
And I would second that.
Okay, further discussion?
Yes. Can I be recognized? Sorry, I spoke out too.
Yes, I said yes.
Oh, sorry. So, Councilmember Collins, Open Meeting Act is word for word describes how to run an open meeting. It's for the public's protection. And I want to just point out that you started off with describing that this was a present political situation with, I'm not sure if you meant council or within the community, one or both. But I just want to read again, page I-6, page F, bullet point F. Ms. Kidd took none of the actions. It uses the word prescribed, not suggested, prescribed by the Open Public Meetings Act. So this is a law that's already on the book. That's why, in my opinion, the Open Public Meetings Act was broken by a three-term city council person that's been our mayor before. So the idea of just simply don't let it happen again doesn't work for me. If one term, first term, absolutely, I totally agree with that, but not a third term.
Mr. Redmond, to all of us, I would go back to I-6 as well. These were some of the conclusions and thoughts that this panel has presented to us. But at the end of the day, these are three very bright people. And I think they worked, how many meetings did they have? I think they had 3 different sessions about this. At the end of the day, I cannot ignore the fact, and the fact is that they came back to us with the one thing they did say, that Mayor Kidd be orally admonished pursuant to the provisions of PACC 2.78.080C1. I had difficulty ignoring that council advice from 3 people who we recommended, asked that they serve, and they worked really hard in this thing. And that's what they came back with. Having said that, we had a motion several minutes ago that we did not have consensus enough to have a second. We had a second motion brought forward to censure, which did not receive a second. Lack of consensus as well. We have before us a motion by Mr. Collins, second by Mr. Gase, seeking some sort of territory middle, I suppose. So, any further discussions before I ask the question?
Yeah, maybe if you look at it the way we're looking at this issue, we have 2 folks who feel that the violation is really strong and needs more than admonition. It looks like we've got 2 folks who admonition is just right, what the committee suggested. And we have 2 folks who don't feel like admonition should really be, that disagree with some of the findings. So we're split at 2, 2, and 2. And so, I don't know whether we can bring the folks from the far end and on both sides and come to the middle to try to move this a little bit forward. I don't know.
Well, I would like to hear from Mr. Meredith. Where would you like to have us go with this one?
I'm sticking to my guns. I don't support this. I'll tell you what. Been hauling thunder lately.
When you say we don't support, what do you specifically?
I support removal.
Pardon?
I support removal of her as deputy mayor. I have been hauling the thunder lately, and I tell you what, traffic can downright piss a guy off. And you know what? I got a lot of horsepower and a lot of weight. And it's very tempting some days. But as an adult, you know that's not what to do, because what's gonna happen? You're most likely gonna get fired. Among other things that precede that. So I will not support the action that she took, and I will support removal.
So who haven't we heard from? I guess we haven't heard from, I guess we've heard from everybody. There's a question.
Call for the question.
I'm going to do that. So, a motion, would you like to state the motion, please?
Well, I'd rather somebody read it back to me.
The motion is that the council agree that abruptly adjourning meetings in controversial situations is not an appropriate first step. That was moved by Councilmember Collins and seconded by Councilmember Case.
Okay, the question called for, all those in.
Just a comment then.
Yes.
I think that the section that you're reading about, what in, number 6 or whatever it is, it says exactly that. It says that you should do other things first. And I think it's consistent with the findings of the panel. And I think that it is a form of moral admonition.
Well, I was going to add that, right? You're making this motion in the form of an admonition?
I'm making this motion as it was stated.
Excuse me?
It's not an admonition.
No, it specifies. Okay, all those in favor of the motion as read, please say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed, may say similar.
No.
So that motion fails. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's now almost 9 p.m. We've been at this topic for either close to an hour, if not more.
Mr. Mayor, I request we have a recess for 5 minutes.
Okay?